All right, we're back for another portfolio review where we will take a look at a developer's portfolio and give a feedback that's effective at helping them gain clients or gain a job as a developer. So let's dive right in. Very first thing, let's do a hard refresh with this network tab open, get rid of this mobile view. Had that ready for a previous project. What? There we go. Oh, no, that's correct. Okay, so no images. You have no images, got it. Fast load. This is built with Vue, cool. Not needed, but I'm sure it was probably just practice, I'm guessing. Anything. Okay, this is a really simple website as far as file size, the different static assets that you have, as far as that goes. So everything looks pretty optimized. Let's go ahead and close that. All right, so Curve. What the heck is Curve? What am I doing? What just happened? I'm gonna go back and hope things don't break. I'm guessing that's a project, right? And maybe it's some sort of Google Advanced Search, but I already don't trust it. I don't know what the heck that was. You've given no context whatsoever what Curve is. It's your number one link. Like, this is gonna have the most emphasis because it's on the top. Okay, so you have an icon for home. Okay, I have some comments about the icons. But first off, like, you have a list of things, and the only thing that seems to work that I would ever care about is your portfolio. Right? Like this, yep, this. Okay, so you at least faded this to show me it wasn't clickable. Why is this even on here? None of these should be on here if they don't serve any value to anyone. Get rid of them. Mun Profil? What is this? Okay, so I need to learn to sum up my my thoughts better. I can do this. We need more context. I don't know what this list is for. I don't know who you are. Are you a developer? I mean, like, you reached out to me on Twitter, so I'm assuming you're a developer. But I am a brand new user to this portfolio. What portfolio for what? Are you a developer? So usually, like, you might see an above the fold. Or just some sort of wording to say, hey, I'm a full stack developer, I'm a web developer, and I am looking for work. You can word it however you want, but providing some sort of context to see if there's any sort of match with you, what you can provide, and what the user wants. This initial page tells me absolute zero. And it actually confuses me more because I just have random text that I don't even know why that's here. It doesn't work. It doesn't provide me any value. I'm just confused at this point. So let me look at portfolio. Let me just take a quick look. All right, cool. You can go back. This links to you're hosting it on GitHub. Okay. So here's what I would do. This isn't enough content as well. Like, is this even English? You have a mix of English and, oh god, I'm gonna sound so stupid. Spanish? Is this Spanish? You calling this tells me nothing. So typically with the portfolio, I have a feeling this is probably to gain employment. That's what this feels like. So you have a portfolio with projects that you've worked on. I believe you have some experience, and I believe you've learned some coding. But like Star Wars, this doesn't tell me like what this is for. Like, how does this provide value to anyone? Or like, why'd you build it? What, like some sort of extra context. So let me finish my thought. With a portfolio, typically, if this is going to be for an employer, you're going to have potentially a screenshot of the app. You can have it desktop and mobile. You just have it desktop. Typically, some people just have it desktop, and that's fine. So a screenshot and then a live link of the app itself, where when you click it, it probably should open up a new tab because you're taking the user away from your portfolio, which if it's not integrated into your portfolio, which it's not, it's a separate project, it should open up in a new tab. And then you have so then you have your screenshot, you have the name of the project, and that's fine. But then you have some context of what is it? What's this project? What's it do? What's it solve? At the bare minimum. And then a link to the source control, like GitHub or GitLabs. So I most likely would just, if you had an impressive resume, I guess I would dig into some of this stuff, but you need to provide more context, make it a real portfolio. I think a very standard thing to do is make it kind of like a gallery. So you have kind of maybe one card here with a screenshot above, and then a live link to the project, which will open up in a new tab, and then a link to the GitHub source of so if you do have someone not a recruiter or HR, but you have someone on the development team that might be interested in you, or CTO, or anyone technical, they might want to dig into the code a little bit, look at your conventions, see what you know, potentially see how you've grown in the past 2 years, compare different projects. But that should open up in a new tab. So you have so much more context to provide. I'm not going to look through all these projects, but old website, it doesn't. Okay. Look up kind of just common portfolio websites for web developers, what they look like. Typically, you'll see a gallery, and what I'm describing, you should be able to see tons of examples, images, just Google images of what a portfolio might look like for a web developer. Right now, this tells me nothing. It doesn't provide me any value. As a user, honestly, as your average user right now, I'm going to probably close this website at this point. This doesn't help me. So let's go back. So here's the thing. I think you have a lot of projects to showcase. That is really good. That's phenomenal. You need to provide more context, more information about it. And the reason is because employers are probably looking for some sort of, first of all, they're looking for kind of a minimal technical proficiency, but they're, if you've created a project that they can relate to, you've used a stack, or that's another thing. People will sometimes put the technology stack for each project, just to kind of showcase what they've been using. And it gives, all of that information gives employers a chance to relate to what you've been doing with what the business needs are at the moment for the company. They're hiring for a position, they have specific needs, they're trying to match those needs. And that's building what we talked about in your portfolio is going to help increase the chances that is going to happen. What else? Icons. A developer's probably going to know what some of these icons are, like GitHub. What is M? Medium? Okay. So you probably have a blog. Assume that your user isn't going to know what these icons are. Now, if they don't know what these icons are, would they ever click on them? Probably not. Right? There's no context of why I should click on any of those links. And I think it's common for people just to toss a bunch of their social media platforms and other platforms they might have relevant content on, and they'll just stick them in the footer, which is kind of what you did. Or they'll stick them in the header, which is what a lot of people do. But it's literally like just throwing a bunch of shit on the wall and hoping something sticks or catches someone's eye. That's not effective. That's not convincing someone in their current flow, where they are with your website, that they should ever care about this at all. So bringing this in your portfolio a little bit more organically, like, first of all, like I was gonna use an example of like a email icon or something like that, but you don't even have that. I would have some sort of way to contact you on this portfolio, but let's say GitHub, right? Like when you're on your portfolio here, I mean, even just like a general link to the GitHub might be relevant. But now GitHub's a little bit more relevant because if they're on your portfolio projects, they're probably interested in seeing your expertise, and now GitHub becomes more relevant. So instead of just tossing it at the bottom and making it almost irrelevant, no, not almost irrelevant. Now you put it in the context of where it matters, and now you put it in front of a user where now they're going to be a little bit more inclined to click that link and get more information, relevant information, helpful information on you. Does that make sense? I don't know why I'm asking myself. I'm talking into mics. I don't know why I'm asking questions. But okay, so here's my summary. No, I want to look at mobile. I try to do my summary at the end. Let's stick to convention. Done. Let's do a hard refresh. Cool. Simple. It's really hard to screw something with just bare minimum text up. So mobile's fine. I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult and challenging once you have to provide some more context here. But okay. So I'm going to be very blunt. Here's what I would do. Yeah, like literally, here are the next changes. Everything we talked about that portfolio, it doesn't need to be on a new page. You have no information. You don't need to separate all this other information onto different pages. You just don't have enough on here. So bring this portfolio onto your homepage, provide that gallery, all the information that we talked about. We're done talking about the portfolio. Bring it up front. They shouldn't have to click into this. It's just not enough information on your website. This blog is interesting. This can provide a hell of a lot more context into just exposing your process, exposing your personality. So if I think if you were to start writing some blog posts, make sure they are consistent. So not posting 3 posts and then having, no post in like 3 to 4 weeks. That makes you look inconsistent. It's a bad habit that will carry over into your work, I promise you, and employers know about that. So if you're going to have a blog, it can be effective, but it needs to be consistent with a post. You have that Medium. Might even consider linking some of the posts that you posted on Medium. I'm not going to look into it, but here's what I would do. I don't know if you have an image of yourself. I know you're trying to keep this maybe black and white, really simple. I don't think I've seen any color, or if I have, I've just missed it. No transitions. So I'd have your portfolio. I'd have a little kind of just, who are you? What are you? Are you a web developer? Are you a full stack developer? Like whatever you want to label yourself, whatever you are, whatever your experience speaks to. Web developer looking for new opportunities. So you define what you are, you define what you're looking for, so people can relate to you. So now it provides a little more context, and the user doesn't want to just find this completely irrelevant to them and just close the website. So a little about you. Bring your portfolio on the homepage. If you have blog posts, I think that is neat. I think that kind of gives you a competitive edge. Bring that onto here. That's a contact link. It could even be, it doesn't have to be a form. It could just be like a mail to link or something like that. I'm sure you'll make it look clean. You kept this simple. You probably make that look simple as well. That's what I would do. There's just no content on here. There's no reason to stay on this website. I feel like this website is just completely unfinished, and it might be an in progress one. But we don't do. I have no idea where it's at. But I don't do reviews on in progress. I basically treat it like it's finished and give all the feedback from there. So, I think you have some more work to do. But you're not really. No, scratch that thought. I think you have some more work to do. I think this is an empty portfolio, and I think it could be a lot more effective given all the feedback that I've given you. I like the minimal look. I'm not a fan of the, I butcher this, serif, right? Serif is the one with the extensions on the letters, like the serif font, and sans serif is without. I think the serif font for links, like serif font, when you have those extensions, makes text a little bit more readable. And when you put it on headers, when you put it on links, it's not naturally meant for that. Or it's not common for that kind of information. Serif fonts allow you to flow through the text and follow the text a little bit easier. So I'd think about sans serif here. In case I'm screwing it up, that means without the extensions on the edges of the letters. I think it looks clean. Contrast is obviously good. Black against white. Font size is good. But there's not much more else to say. That's my feedback. Keep working on the portfolio. I mean, this could definitely turn out to be a really, really good portfolio. Have all the right information on it. I just think it's not finished. That's all. Yeah. If you like this kind of raw, unfiltered review, if you found it helpful, like the video. If you have some extra feedback, go ahead and leave a comment below. And if you want to see more videos like this, you continue to find them helpful, just go ahead and subscribe to the channel because we'll be doing more of them. But yeah, that's it.